The San Antonio real estate market is super interesting right now, extremely dynamic, something that I haven't seen in my entire career. Long story short, we have seen the most amount of inventory that San Antonio has seen within the last 12 years. As a matter of fact, we have 17,000 homes for sale. We're already up 7% from last year. It's insane right now. And on top of that, home sales have dropped 7% year over year already. And what that is showing us is that home buyers are being a little bit more cautious now. Home buyers have a ton of options. So back in 2020, back in 2021, where you put a home up for sale, there was 10 offers on the table. That is no longer the case. Now you're starting to see homes sit on the market a little bit more longer. On average, it's taking about 74 to about 80 days for a home to sell here in San Antonio, Texas. And that is just for the simple fact that buyers simply have more options. Despite the fewer sales though, the San Antonio median sales price has increased 2% year over year. And that is why I say this market is really interesting. It's extremely dynamic, and that shows that there is still demand for homes here in San Antonio. But on the flip side, buyers simply have more options, which is the reason why home sales have cooled down. And on top of that, the reason why it's taking a house a little bit more longer to sell in today's market. Based off of all of the data that we are now seeing about the San Antonio real estate market, my prediction as I'm making this video as of October 13th, 2025, my prediction is from now to about January of 2026 to about February of 2026, we will see home sales start to cool down significantly. But on top of that, I predict that we are now going to see home prices fall down a tad bit, just for the simple fact of whenever you factor in seasonality, you look at the past, you look at the history, around this time every single year, you start to see home sales dip. And what I mean by home sales dip is that there's fewer buyers in the market, and that's just due to the simple fact of the holidays are coming around. We have Thanksgiving, we have Christmas, we have the New Year, and most people are not in the market at that time. So that is my prediction on why I feel like home prices will start to slowly decrease over these next couple of months. So if you are a home buyer and you've been in the market and you've been trying to time everything, I feel like this is the perfect ideal time to get into the market. The main reason why I say it is going to be an ideal time to finally get in the market is for the simple fact that there's going to be more leverage with a home buyer. Home builders are going to be desperate more than ever. We already see how desperate they are. They're now offering 3.99 fixed rates. We now see how desperate home sellers are, just for the simple fact that some of them, they need to relocate due to a job, right? Some of them are unfortunately behind on taxes or behind on their payments, and they're going to get foreclosed on, and they're desperate to sell. And desperate times call for, desperate measures. We're starting to see home sellers cut prices 10,000, 15,000, 20,000. The list goes on. So right now, as a home buyer, you have an ultimate advantage over the entire playing field. Home sellers no longer have the upper hand. After February of 2026, I do see home sales activity start to increase all over again, just for the simple fact that the Federal Reserve has already started cutting interest rates, right? And to not get you guys confused, every time the Federal Reserve cuts the federal funds rate, does not mean that mortgage interest rates fall right after. It's a completely can of worms that I'm not going to get into right now, but just know that the Federal Reserve is going to continue to keep cutting the federal funds rate. My prediction is that mortgage interest rates will soon fall after that as well, causing more home buyers to get back into the market. So around the spring, around the summer, expect most of these incentives to go away from the home builder. It still won't be as crazy as the frenzy, but just understand that there will be more buyers back in the market. There will be sellers and home builders that are going to start taking away their incentives. And if you're not familiar with the incentives that I'm talking about, home builders, they're buying down interest rates as low as possible, and they're paying all closing costs, and they're giving appliances. Whenever we get into spring and summer, expect interest rates to go back up a little bit more on new construction. Expect, less incentives, and expect sellers to be less desperate because they understand the market. I still feel like as a buyer, you'll still have the upper hand, just not as much as you will have in this golden moment window. For home sellers, on the other hand, you still have a 91% chance to still get a full ask price offer. 2 months ago, you had a 94% chance. Today, you have a 91% chance. And it just comes down to pricing at the end of the day. I'm still seeing our clients get their home off the market within 10 to 15 days. That is like record level timing for days on market, but it all comes down to pricing. You have to understand market values have completely shifted, right? What you think your house is worth, most home buyers think that it's worth less. And you have to just simply understand that that is the nature of the beast that we are in right now. But if you are looking to sell, you have a 91% chance of still receiving a full ask offer. That is my prediction of the real estate market here for the next couple of months. If you guys have any questions about buying, selling, or investing here in San Antonio, you can give us a call, email us, whatever the case may be. Make sure to give us a subscribe, hit that like button, share this with some friends, and we'll see you guys on the next video. Peace.